Hey there, baseball fans. It's Ben, and I'm back today, still breaking down that giant collection that Paulie Pax and I bought. There has been a lot of junk in there, but a lot of, interesting things too. I mean, we've got some like G.I. Joe cards. I don't even know what to say about that. We've got some Star Trek. We've got some Beverly Hillbillies cards. That's a thing. Anyway, I want to do part of this collection. We're also these three like mini books. One's Boston Red Sox, one says Ryan Sandberg, and one says Jose Canseco. I wanted to highlight these because, as you guys know, I'm a huge Ryan Sandberg fan, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what's in there, see if there's anything else in these other books too. So anytime you start off your collection with 1991 Donruss, not a good sign. So it looks like it's just a kid who collected, what is this, collector preferred? That is a card I have not seen before. Welcome to the world of Donruss baseball. I mean, I don't know where that came from. It's interesting. And then we have some weird Dream Team cards in here, but not the good ones. I mean, clearly this whole collection has been picked through pretty well, which is why we're not seeing any of the major players. And this is so sticky. I can't wait to throw this out and wash my hands. All right, let's go over to the Jose Canseco. This one's a little sticky too, but let's see what's got in here. So, a talking baseball card, Jose Canseco. This is actually really interesting. I know nothing about this. From 1989, Collectors Marketing Corp. It looks like it's got grooves on it. I'm actually going to put this on the record player, and we're going to find out what that sounds like. I'll do a short video maybe of that actually playing and seeing what the card says, or who's talking, or what's going on. Looks like there's some, look like we have Adam Averbach. Don't call that phone number, but that's probably who this belonged to at some point. So these Jose Canseco cards are limited edition CMC, which is not like a major card company. Paul told me something about he knew a guy who worked for that company and put out these cards or something like that. So that might be, something that he can share at some point too. We got the starting lineup card down here. And you can tell that there are like stacks of cards in here too. So I'm not sure if I'll have to pull them out of here at some point to see what all is in here exactly. Like this one I think has multiple cards stacked back here. So I'll have to check that out, and we'll see if this limited edition set is anything. It doesn't have any information. I guess it's got some information about them on the back, but the front is pretty scarce. Oh, that's the Fleer 89 All-Star Team insert. That's cool. Jose Canseco, the anthem singer. I'm not sure why that's here or what that means, but there it is. Let's see what the back of that one says. Okay. Play wacky at-bats. Some kind of game or something. Very strange and interesting. And then we get the Jose Canseco story, which consists of a lot of stuff. So this is before Wikipedia, and I'm sure that would have been really exciting for a fan. You get a free full color poster. That expires in 1989. So interesting little weird collection there, and I can't wait to listen to that record. I'll do a short based on that one, so put that aside. Now on to the Ryan Sandberg book. Let's see what we have in here. Okay, so we have 91 or 92 line drive. 1991 line drive. I don't have these in my collection, so I'm super excited to add these. I'm not really sure why this exists or what this set's all about, if they had different players, but I don't have any of these in my collection. So looks like I'm adding a dozen or more Ryan Sandberg cards to my collection that I did not have. All right, so we got some more in here. I'm just going to check. That's good. I'm going to check the back of these to see if there's like a Tiffany or a traded. Looks like there are multiple in here. Okay. So I've got all these, but these are, oh, I don't have that one. That's a score kind of like rack insert set. And then we have the Ryan Sandberg story. So the whole book is probably by Line Drive, obviously. It came with those cards. Chicago's Quiet Man, the childhood star, the road to the majors, and rise to start. And there he is with his mustache for a very brief period of time. Thank goodness. So there you go. I'll add those to my collection. And that's an interesting little book we got here. The book's kind of gross. It's sticky and stuff, so I'll probably throw the book out, but maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I'll take a look at it. Beyond that, here's another stack of complete randomness from one of those boxes. It really could be just about anything in here, but I figured I'd scroll through a few of these on camera and see if we came up with anything good. There's Hersey Hawkins, Topps Archive. That's interesting. Put that aside. There's that. So we got a mix of sports here, as you can tell. Bill Cartwright. There's that. Jarvis Brown. It takes a while to get through these because they're all mixed up, and Tree Rollins. You can't tell quite where to look all the time. Jose Gonzalez. There's a nice Dave Justice card, Fleer 1994. Put that aside. So there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of rhyme or reason as to what's where. Sometimes they're ordered by team, and that's not the case right here. So Neil O'Donnell had a few years at quarterback. Kevin Gamble, who I know because he played for Iowa. And as you guys know, I'm an Iowa Hawkeye fan. So, all right, Jesse Tuggle, decent career in the pros. Tommy Vardell. Oops. Just throwing cards around. That is Roger Harper. Dave Meggett, running back for the Giants. More. Another. Here's the X-Man, Xavier McDaniel, 1985 Topps Archive. I don't know much about that basketball set, so just wanted to put that aside. There's Jeff George, rookie card, it says. Eckersley, Tony Gwynn, Will Clark. All right, so here's a Chris Webber. This is really fancy. I don't know what it is or what it means. But it appears to be some kind of Fleer card. 96 Fleer, maybe. I don't know if it's a base set. It says Fleer Meta or something, but that's a really interesting card. And there's John Starks, same kind of thing. So this is Topps something. I don't know what the deal is with these cards, because these are clearly not the normal cards. Vlade Divac, Christian Leitner, Jalen Rose, John Starks. So I'm going to put those aside too. Robert Horry, Joe Dumars, Jim Jackson, Jamal Mashburn. So these, Del Curry, Steve Smith, Christian Leitner, Vin Baker. Oh, Tim Hardaway. There's a good one. So I don't know what the deal is with those, but those look interesting. There's Jim Harbaugh, Dwight Gooden, Will Clark. Move on. Bobby Bonilla. So that was an interesting little handful, I guess. And those basketball cards sure look interesting. Again, I don't know a whole lot about them, so I'm trying to reserve judgment one way or the other for now. All right, more move on. We got Kenny Lofton, Bobby Bonilla, Cecil Fielder, Ramon Martinez, Wade Boggs. There's a nice one, Wade Boggs from Top Stadium Club 94. Yep. Who's this? This is Adrian Beltre. This is a Fleer Flare. Will Clark. All right. Checklist with Tony Gwynn. All these things seem to be upside down. Basketball, Dan Gladden. More basketball. Cotton Fitzsimmons, who's a coach, I take it, by his suit. AC Green. Some older basketball. James Worthy. Now, I was a Lakers fan growing up. Don't tell anybody, but so James Worthy, that's a good one. Isaiah Ryder. Haven't thought about him in a long time. Who's this? Easley, Chuck Person, Joe Courtney. Steve, sorry Steve, we're just going to throw this giant banner across your chest because you were in the expansion draft of the Timberwolves. All right, one more handful to go through. Like I said, it's such an interesting time going through these cards because you just could find just about anything. And you don't know what you're getting into. So it makes these videos kind of hard because you can very easily have nothing. There's Sean Bradley. When I was a Sixers fan, he was a pretty big deal. There's Christian Laettner. I'd hate to have you guys watch and you find absolutely nothing. There's a Topps Gold card. But I really have no clue what's going to be in each of these. Brad Lohas, another Iowa guy. Brad Lohas, he of the floppy hair. Jeff Hornacek, who I think is an Iowa State guy. Yep, Iowa State. Again, Sean Bradley there. Alvin Campbell. Sam Perkins. Another Topps Gold for you. They're every which way, too, which doesn't help. Clarence Weatherspoon. I was a Sixers fan. That was a good guy to watch. Moses Malone. OG. Johnny Dawkins. And that'll do it for us. So, again, such an interesting poll. Glad you guys got to see those sets. I'll try to add on to the end here. That's what I'll do. I'll do a little video magic and we'll go to the Jose Canseco record to play us out. I won't say a word. We'll just play the record.
Yankee Stadium, baseball's most revered shrine, was quiet. A lazy summer's day, 1985. The Oakland Athletics in town. While the Yankees were battling for first place, the A's were in search of an identity of their own. Batting practice underway, a few fans milling around, taking in the swing. The sound of bat eating ball echoing through the cavernous ball yard. Reporters engaged in their appointed rounds. Into the batter's box stepped a 21-year-old right-handed hitter, 6 feet 4 inches tall, 230 pounds. The batting practice pitcher brought his arm back, throwing the ball toward the plate. A solid sound emanated as Jose Canseco strode toward the baseball, connecting. Many missed it. Some picked it up in mid-flight. Where is it? There it is. Where? Heading out toward the left field stand, some 400 feet plus. It came to rest in the monument section of Yankee Stadium, where the likenesses of the Babe and Larry and Lou look on a day-by-day basis. A few were gathered around the cage, inch closer. Smack, there goes another one. Who's that kid? Another pitch, another gargantuan blast. But there were no home runs for Canseco in that September series at the stadium. He saved the first one for the hometown fans. It landed 3/4 of the way up the bleachers in Oakland. The second home run made folks forget the first, taking place in Chicago's ancient Comiskey Park, where the ball landed on the roof. Jose Canseco was born in Havana, Cuba in 1964. His family moved to Miami, Florida 1 year later to Del Castro's lost American sports game. 1986, Canseco's first full season in the majors, a big leaguer for good. 33 home runs, 117 RBIs, the American League's Rookie of the Year. 1987 proved to the baseball world that his rookie feats were not a fluke. This time, 31 home runs, 113 runs batted in. And if there was still any doubts, Canseco put them to rest with his MVP season of 1988. Never before had a player put together a season in which the record book showed 40 home runs, 40 stolen bases. Never, that is, until Jose Canseco, circa 1988. At the age of 24, Jose Canseco had reached the top of his game, but no one in baseball will even dare to say that for this young man his personal pinnacle has been reached. A 50-50 season, perhaps the 60 home run mark, who's to say? But baseball will not be surprised by such numbers, not if they come from Jose Canseco.